Hey y'all, it's Natalie, and I am here today with two layouts for the Class Act 2025 School Hop. So I have these first day of school photos of my two boys, and I'm just showing you a few of the supplies that I plan to use. And maybe a little, I don't know, like outside the norm that I picked some black paper, but Heath's outfit was kind of subdued and Lachlan chose a black shirt. So I did cut out, I made a marquee number for each of their grade since it's class act. And they're theater kids. And also the letterboard says, I think now starring. So instead of using both of those black papers, I decided, of course, I want to lighten them up and use only partial bits of the paper. So I do rip this one and I kind of combine it with this blue composition notebook for Lachlan's because his is going to be kind of brighter. He does have on lavender shorts. But then I wanted to use this green paper. It's kind of a grid for Heath. And I thought, well, I could just use the one piece of paper and kind of mirror image these. So I normally do 2 videos for my back to school layouts of my boys, but there's just a lot going on these days. And then every year I'm the worst and I don't have my pocket pages done with the additional photos that I take. And I always mean to do those. And I still need to go back and do those for a few years, right? So I was like, what if we just make both layouts in the same video and just kind of use similar elements. They're going to still be different, but we're going to use similar elements. And so I was just able to knock these out in like one scrapbooking session without making 2 messes to clean up. So I just decided to use this fun iridescent paper from, what's the name of the company? The Specialty Paper Company. It'll come to me. But, to fill the marquee dots of the 4. And it'll reflect really nicely with the purples and the blues. For Heath 7, though, his colorings were like more the natural colors. So I decided to go with this like gold glitter to fill the marquee lights of his 7th grade cut file. Your Paper Insider. There you go. I knew it would come to me. And so that iridescent paper is from Your Paper Insider. So I'm building both of the titles at the same time. And now I'm going to pull out Lachlan's photos and I'm going to work on his layout and then set Heath's to the side. So each photo, each boy I did 2 3x4s and then 1 little 2x3. And then I backed them with white paper cardstock. So now I'm trying to decide how I want to do it. I thought about just the opposite of the other one, but then I realized that I don't have to do it that way. I could do it on the side. And I really like the way that looks. So I'm going to do it that way. And on his layout, I'm going to use a lot, excuse me, of the Academia collection by 49 Market from last year, which is what I used for both of their layouts last year. And I still really love it. And I wanted to use it in Lachlan's layout this year, but it didn't work. So I have these papers from the Chamel's I think it's Reasons to Smile collection, which I chose because he was wearing the lavender shorts. And there's not a lot of lavender in scrapbooking options, but that one had it. And so I got that like ephemera. I don't know. It's like journaling ephemera or something. It's really thin papers. So I decided to layer this pretty lavender paper with some of the bits from that Chamel collection. They're like ledgers and lists and lined papers. They're very similar to things like school items. So I'm just kind of collaging them on here, layering them up, and it's just kind of fun. It's a little bit outside the norm of what I do normally, but that's okay. And I like the way it looks. I didn't ink up the edges. I didn't rough up the edges. Like I said, life is just busy, but I've also been kind of focusing efforts on a few other things crafty wise, and I'm not going to stop scrapbooking ever. But I want to get these milestone things done. And so that's why I'm going to just go ahead and get these 2 layouts done together, and not everything has to just be like a huge masterpiece, right? So that's kind of what I'm telling myself. And I knock this out, get these layouts done together. maybe even finally finish a pocket page to put in between, because of course I have extra photos of them, because I will say with them getting older, I know how people always say it's harder to get photos. I mean, it is. We travel a lot, so of course I have a lot of travel photos, but still not as many as I normally did when they were small. So this is an opportunity on the first day of school that I take to really like, oh, you're going to ham it up and cheese it up, and you know that you're expected to take photos. Let me do it. So I am going to make sure to scrapbook all of those good photos that I took, right? So I'm just taking all the little bits and pieces that I pulled out from that journaling set of ephemera. It also has these like washi stickers, which are fun. And that's what you see me kind of playing around with here. So I move everything off. I stick it all down, and now it's time to kind of go back and place everything exactly where I want it. I do pop up some of the elements. Like I'm going to pop up that cut file right there. And I'm going to pop up the smaller photo, I think, as well. And just kind of have a few different dimensions. But like I said, I didn't ink up the papers or rough them up or anything. They were too thin for roughing up, I think. Anyway, they wouldn't have handled that very well. But yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. I kind of like cockeyed that one a little bit. Nestle and touch everything a little bit so it feels cohesive. So this is a hop that my friend Sarah puts together every year, which I'm really grateful, especially now that both of her kids are completely done with school. So I do really appreciate her still doing this, because sometimes I do procrastinate doing the milestone layouts as well. But this has made me, this hop, I think I've been doing it at least the last 4 years. Gosh, I might have been really doing it since Heath was in kindergarten, and he's in 7th grade now. So it might have been even more than the last 4 years. Like, I don't know if I've been doing it that long. I can't say for sure. But anyway, it always makes me do these milestone photos. At least if I haven't completed them, like I said, I haven't done the pocket pages I intend to do. I'm at least getting them mostly, the main ideas, right? The cutest photo or two completed every year because of Sarah's hop. So I'm really grateful for that. So the hop list will be in the description below. So please take time to go through those and see what everybody else has created to document their cuties. Or, you don't have to document your kids. If you're a teacher, you can document that, or just kind of anything that has to do with back to school. You can document it. You don't even have to have kids. So that's what I love. We're definitely including everyone. So I decided I would put the date on there. That's what I was pointing and telling you. Now we're moving on to Heath's layout. So I'm sticking with the side design with the black paper. And that paper is from Resin Revs 2 from 49 Market. So when I'm pulling out the Academia 49 Market, same vibe, same designer, Dennis Bruton, one of my favorites. So these are from the Chamel collection, which are cool. Most of them are really bright and colorful, so I did pick whichever ones were a little bit toned down, but I really like that wood grain, and he was just wearing like some olive colored shorts and like a beige shirt. It did have a skeleton in it. I tried to find a skeleton drama mask, which would be really cool, but I didn't find one that could be converted to a cut file very well. Like, they were all too detailed, because it's class act, so I was thinking like acting, drama, and he had a skull in his shirt. That's where I was going with that. But anyway, if you have one, throw it in there. But I did put that one white ledger paper on wrong, and so as you can see, I switched it there. I just was really careful picking it up, and those are really thin papers, but it worked out fine. So now I'm going to stick the two larger photos down, having them touch just a little bit, and then put his cut file down there. In fact, I have to move his photo a little bit down because I put it up too high. I'll also link down below with my affiliate link with any of the products that are still in stock at a cherry on top. If you're interested in shopping, those links are down below. So this is like a colored pencil border strip from the Academia collection. And so I just ripped it in a couple places, and I'm going to set it around. I tried to make it work somewhere else since I ripped it into threes, but I didn't. I couldn't. And you know what? It's fine. I'll use it again another time. I had already ripped it at one point and used it on one layout. So here we go. I'm trying to make it work, but it just doesn't. And that's fine. I'll stick it in the die cut bin with all the rest of that collection, and we're good to go. Oh, that's the Book Fair, I think is the name of the collection, from Simple Stories. And I just got the florals that have like pencils in them. And I didn't think that I would use them, but in fact, we took pictures on the front porch, and I'm kind of proud of my flowers this year, which are showing a little bit in the photos. So I thought that it would be fun to use them. Ironically, I decided to add that locker as a filler over there because I needed something else. But I'd say ironically because they don't use lockers anymore. They have iPads, and I think the idea is like, well, you just carry your iPad around, whatever, but that's not true because every class needs a notebook and this and that and a folder, and the iPads are not like normal iPads. They're like super heavy iPads, so basically they just have to carry their backpacks around all day, and they're crazy heavy because all of their individual folders and notebooks from every class, plus their very heavy iPads. They can rent a locker if they want, but they very much discourage it, which I think is funny. So that's why it was irony to add it on there. But it looks good on a back to school page. So I hear they're even taking them out of the high schools around here anyway. They say they don't have time to go to their lockers in middle school is what he says. So but there are my 2 layouts, and they're done, and it didn't even take me that long, and I'm so excited about it. So here are some close-up shots. I have to change the setting on my camera, so if you see some blurry photos, no you don't, but you won't from here on out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Check out that hop list down below, affiliate links. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'd love it if you like and subscribe. Thanks so much to Sarah Scraps for hosting this. Bye, y'all.